Hello everybody, my name is Silvia Walukiewicz. For several years I have been working as a life and personality coach, as a psychologist and as a sensitive and mediumistic consultant. I also give workshops and seminars on various topics of spiritual development. One of the issues that I often see in my clients is that many are trapped in their current, mostly unsatisfactory reality. In addition, many even have the impression that the present reality is fixed and one cannot do anything to change it. Most people who start a coaching process with me ask me how they can better deal with this current reality. However, very few people ask me how they can manifest their heart's desires more in their lives. Why is that, one wonders? What is the reason why so many people are trapped in their current reality and perceive it as given? Why so many people have lost faith that it could be different and that their heart's desires could become true? Before I go into the causes of this phenomenon and show you ways to get closer to the manifestation of your heart's desires, I would like to give you a little insight into my personal story. I will only focus on a few key points to show you that it is possible, even in extremely difficult circumstances, to make your own life the way you wish it to be. Firstly, I would like to mention that I come from a Polish family. Since this country has experienced a lot of war and people had to learn to fight for their survival, so future generations after this have been conditioned with this pattern. From the time I was in the cradle, I was brought up with the importance to fight because of the belief that there was shortage rather than abundance. Apart from the genetic component, the unconscious behavior of my parents helped to strengthen this reality in me. Other factors, such as my parents' divorce, my father's alcohol and drug addiction, my mother's emotional outbursts, the lack of the feeling of security and love in my childhood and adolescence, and growing up too fast to help my parents, left deep, drastic imprints in my heart, in my way of thinking and being, and thus in my life. Furthermore, I experienced bullying, emotional, mental, and physical abuse, and had to be on my own feet relatively early and finance my education by myself. Since I did not get a better idea of it from home, my relationships were always very painful, unsatisfactory, and did not really have anything to do with true, deep, heartfelt love. I felt I could never let myself down, nor trust profoundly, and certainly not open my heart because I had never learned it. Over the years, I have experienced depression, so-called anxiety disorders, and several traumas that made my life a hell. For about 2-3 years, I cried every day, and there were seldom moments that I could enjoy. But I did not show it to the outside world because I had to function. Thanks to my fighting spirit, I was able to master my university degree with flying colors and fulfill my work to the fullest satisfaction of my employers. However, I was trapped in my old reality and believed that it could not be changed and that I was at the mercy of this fate. I thought that this would go on forever. I just had to bite through it and learn how to deal with it. How many of you feel similar to how I was feeling almost 7 years ago? Do you also have the impression that you are trapped in the present reality and that it cannot be changed? And are there areas in your life where you are only functioning? At the end of May 2012, the turning point arrived. Thanks to an Indian who I miraculously met on the street and who took care of me. He showed me new perspectives and brought me back on my path. I finally realized that I am the creator of my life and that I am not helplessly trapped in my old reality. Today I am self-employed, I do my dream job, have a very happy relationship, a wonderful circle of friends, enough financial resources to fulfill my needs, have made peace with my past, and I am very fulfilled inside. Moreover, I have forgiven my parents and have let go of the anger because I have realized that they just didn't know how to do it better. Every day I am grateful for all that I am, and I am also grateful that I have met these challenges in my life, because my greatest potential was in their transformation. I also recommend the same to you. Be aware that all the things that burden you every day, all the stress, fears, and limitations do not belong to your true inner core. These are just old habits and realities that you just keep on living because you have not yet recognized them as an illusion. As mentioned in my previous videos, it's about recognizing, accepting, and transforming these illusions. Then you have the space to direct your attention more to what you want. Here we have the next question. What do you want instead of the current reality? There are no limits to your heart's desires. Learn to dream again. This is a trait that many of us have unlearned. Also pay attention to whether your wishes come from the ego or from your heart, because that has a big impact on their manifestation. In the following, I explain how you can transform your old reality more and more to the reality that you wish from the depth of your heart. Enjoy the manifestation of your wishes. Hello everyone! This short video is about how to create step by step the life you wish from the depth of your heart. As previously mentioned, many people are just or feel just like trapped in their old reality. They are not happy with it. They struggle with some situations at work or in relationships, but for some reason they think they take it as given and they think it has to be that way. They don't even think that it could be any different. And sometimes they don't even know how they would like to have it. So, for example, if you have a conversation with your partner and he's not really listening to you, don't really taking care of your emotions, you really feel sad and angry about it, take it as given. It is okay to allow your emotions to flow, but you will feel more and more trapped into this old reality if you really believe that it has to be like that. So, as mentioned in some previous videos, I recommend you to question if your reality really has to be that way and why it is that way. Maybe because of old patterns, because of adopted behaviors from your parents or of society. And if you have done this step and you've realized that, your reality doesn't have to be that your partner is not listening to you, or that your boss has to criticize you, or that you have to feel alone. If you really start to realize that it can be different, then ask yourself, what do you want instead? So, in the moment when you feel so sad and so lonely and so criticized by your boss, ask yourself, is it the ultimate reality? And then, what would you like to have instead? Would you prefer to be appreciated by your partner or by your boss? Would you prefer to feel just happy by having time for yourself instead of feeling alone? So, what would you wish instead of the present reality? And then, of course, the next question, how can you get there? So, in my previous video, I mentioned that many old, let's say, behavioral patterns and many stored emotions are still keeping you trapped in the old reality. So if you step by step discover them, analyze them, understand them and transform them, you can come closer to your new reality, to the reality you wish for from the depth of your heart. So if you want to be, for example, happy, if you want to have a happy relationship, if you want to have a good relationship with your boss, if you want to feel fulfilled at your work. So these are all states of happiness. But many people don't allow themselves to be happy. So the question maybe you need to ask yourself is, do you really allow yourself to be happy? So the superficial answer to this question might be, yes, of course, everyone wants to be happy. So, so many people try to do that, but why aren't they? It's really weird, right? Everyone tries to be happy, wants to have a happy relationship, wants to have a good relationship with the boss, wants to be fulfilled at work, but so few people are able to live that happiness. Yeah? So more and more people are depressed, and more people want to be happy, so something is weird. Yeah, so maybe inside, deep inside yourself, you don't allow yourself to be happy because maybe you don't really appreciate yourself, or you don't have enough self-love or self-acceptance. So really go deep into that question of, if you allow yourself to be happy, and check what happens in your emotional system. And then another thing which many people struggle with is, what if there are no problems? You know, we are so accustomed to have problems because we are focused on this problem. Our boss is criticizing us, our partner is not really treating us in a nice way, so we are always focused on the outside world. What if there are no problems? What if we are just happy? Then we need to focus here. And maybe we could discover something we don't want to see or to accept. So ask yourself that question, how would you feel if there would be no problems? How would be your life? The superficial answer is, cool, so I could finally relax. But how many people can relax? And how many people are able to just be, and to just to sit there and to not think about what they will do tomorrow, to not think about the problems at work, to not think about a lot of, let's say, future plans or past things which happened. How many people are just able to just sit there and relax? Really, just a few. And so ask yourself these questions. Why you are not changing your reality? What is holding you back if you allow yourself to be happy? And what would you do and how would you feel if there were no problems? Yeah, try to go to that through that process. And then, if you have discovered some things about yourself and understood yourself better, then you can ask yourself, okay, what would you want instead? How could be your reality, or how should your reality be so that you can be happy? And I recommend you to think big. What I mean by that is, so you could say, I just don't want that my boss criticizes me. I just want that he's neutral to me. But if you think big, you maybe can say, I want to really have a good relationship with my boss. I want that he appreciates my work and maybe he gives me a better position at work, or the same thing with your relationships. Maybe if you think small, I really want that my partner just listens to me. But if you think big, maybe you want that your partner listens to you, he understands you, he appreciates you, he hugs you, he really takes care of you, you know? So really try to think big. And even if you're with your programs at work, or if you want to become self-employed, don't think like, I just want to start with a small company and I will keep that small company until I get retired. Try to think, okay, you maybe start small, but then that you can grow and grow and grow, and really focus on that vision. Because impossible things are just impossible because you think that it's impossible. You know, things can happen if you can imagine the things, they can happen. And I really discovered that in my own life. As previously mentioned in the PowerPoint presentation, I really had, how to say it, a really sad life, a difficult life, and I really struggled with a lot of things. Many challenging things happened to me. I had a lot of negative relationships. I had problems with my mother, with my father, with everyone basically. But somehow I had my visions. I always had my visions. I wanted to have a happy relationship. I wanted to do the work I'm doing, and these visions always kept me alive. And now I have a happy relationship, I do my dream job, and I'm happy with my life, and I couldn't be happier. But I know that there is even the possibility to even feel happier. So, and I see the same thing with my clients. Sometimes they come to me and they say like, could you help me with that problem? I just need to learn how to cope with that. At the beginning I think, okay, so what would you like instead? And I try to motivate them to see the bigger picture and to see the higher vision and to think big. And it works. So I really recommend you to think big and to really imagine what you really want from the depth of your heart. And then this can be manifested because you believe it, you create an energetic picture in your minds, then your body starts to live this reality more and more, and of course it has to manifest. It's a rule, it's an energetic rule which is given. So I really recommend you to do all these steps, and of course all the steps from the previous videos as well, and then you really can create a reality you wish for from the depth of your life, of your heart. So I wish you a lot of joy by living more of your true potential, of your true essence, and by just being happy with your wishes and with your created reality. So thank you for watching this video and see you soon.